Hey everybody, fWhip here, and welcome on back to the Xlife server. I am super excited to be getting this episode started here, and in between the last episode and now, I came into another 74 diamonds for myself because we sold this year vacation home. You might be able to see it on my hotbar down there, but this one is now owned by Quig, or Quiug, depending on how you want to say his name. But he's living here right above our leather workers, and he did pay for the interior package, which is why we did 74 instead of 64. So we've got to come back in here sooner rather than later and get this thing fixed up. But folks, if you're excited for today's episode, please be sure to click that like button down below. I very much appreciate all of your support on this series. If you keep wanting to see more of it, make sure to be clicking that like below and tell me things that you want to be seeing here. Speaking of things that we want to be seeing, folks, it is time that we move ourselves over to the Mushroom Island, where we are starting the beach town in today's episode, which I am super excited for. Because very, very shortly, my friends, I'm going to be meeting up with Jimmy as well as Catherine and Jem. Hopefully I can get them all at once. I don't know if I can. You know, schedules are kind of hard and things like that. But I want to first and foremost get ourselves a bit of a board over here so we can actually have a place for people to... come on now. Come on, slabs. But I wanted to create a bit of a job board here for ourselves so we could have a few things that people can go through, they can work on and do all that sort of stuff as we're moving throughout, so we can actually tell them, like, this is where the project's at right now, this is what we need to focus on, and this is what I would love for you to do. And speaking of which, we need Jimmy to clear out all of the mycelium around here, which would be awesome. Just a few rough ideas over here on the board of things that we need to tackle as we're moving around here is we have to have a beach area and maybe some docks, or not docks. Docks isn't the right word for it. What are they called? Like a boardwalk. There we go. Got that one fixed up there. Then we need the mycelium removal and turning it to grass. We need to make a general store. I'm thinking this could also be a great place to store some items and just general storage for everybody out here. So I might work on that one here a little bit later. I thought it'd be kind of cool to build a small movie theater. Maybe we can have a mall shopping center just with like a covered area with a lot of different stores inside of it. This is something, again, that we're trying to make a hide and seek mini game. So I'm thinking like small department centers or small boutique style stores inside of a larger structure could be a really cool place to hide around in. Then we could have a pier with a Ferris wheel, carnival game stands, and just stuff like that going on. Maybe a few houses throughout here and collection rooms everywhere. Maybe some boats offshore that people could swim out to. We'll have to make sure those things are mob proof. And then, of course, we need some streets around here. Obviously, this place isn't insanely massive. It is a good amount of space that we can work with, but it's all something that we're going to have to deal with and kind of figure out as we're going, because we're trying to limit it to the brown wool over there and back this direction. So I think the first big step, which is actually going to be where Jimmy comes in here, hopefully if he's interested in this one, is I think we need to bring this hill down, honestly, or we need to bring the area down here up a block or two. But I'm thinking overall this height from down there all the way up to here isn't going to help us out too much on this one, so I'm thinking we want to bring it down. Honestly, if we bring it all the way down to there, and then we bring this lower point up, so it's not just like directly at this water layer here, we kind of stack this up, you know, coming up to here or something like that, have a bit of a rocky edge to it. That's only like a 5 or 6 block variation, and I think that could be really cool. We don't want it to be flat, because flat is boring, but we also don't want it to be too extreme that it doesn't feel like it could be a village or a city of sorts, because we're going for the beach town around here. And so we want to make sure it still has that cool vibe to it. Sorry if you can hear the coda in the background. It was his birthday recently, and he's a very, very howly 3-year-old at this point in time. But anyways, folks, I think it's time that we go ahead and meet up with Jimmy because he needed to meet up a little bit sooner than the rest of them. I have had a chance to meet up with Jimmy.
There he is. Whip.
As well as Catherine and Jem. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Jem. Thank you so very much for joining me on this lovely Mooshroom Island. And it seems like we are all good to go on this project moving forwards here. I realized that I basically told them everything that I told you all at the start of this video, so I'm not going to include those clips inside of here because that just is redundant and it took way too long and would have used like half of the video time. So anyways, we're back over here for now, and we need to start laying down some things that we can do around these points and getting a few things in here. I'm really hoping, really hoping that we have a lot of stuff in our craft paper of wall bag that we have in here, and it looks like we might need to make some. What I would like to get done today is come around this entire area, and why are there so many collection rooms right there? What is going on? Anyways, back on topic here, distractions aside, is I would like to get a plan out here with some dotted blocks along just so we can have an idea of where everything's going to be going, kind of everything doing and all the stuff in here, so that after we're done with that, everybody else can come back in and be like, you know what, this sounds like a cool spot to build my general store. This sounds like a cool spot for the movie theater. This sounds like a cool spot for a beach area of sorts. and they can all just kind of tackle that on their own time and do everything from there. I don't want to be building everything inside this place. That's not the point of the project. I want to be doing it with everybody here, so I think that'd be absolutely awesome. And no, I'm not going to make Jimmy remove all the mycelium himself. We're actually going to be doing a live stream next week off of this whole Xlife series. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see that. I've been waiting for a project like this to get back into the live streaming side because I didn't really know what to do. So that'll be bringing back live streams of we can turn this entire area into mycelium, and it'll be, into grass, away from mycelium. Mycelium's on the brain. And that should be super fun to be able to get a lot of this stuff done here. But anyways, folks, let's go ahead and kick this off into good old-fashioned time-lapse mode. Take down all of these mushrooms and get some lines around here so people might know what to build. I don't know, we'll see. Prepare yourselves for a huge time lapse here, folks, because this island was much, much bigger than I thought it was originally. As you can see, those mushrooms at the top of the island aren't disappearing because that's outside of the actual render distance that we have on the server. I can preload it with Optifine, thankfully, but y'all can't see it, so it's actually gone. And then coming in here, we're actually sketching out a few roadways. I'm gonna throw down a few basic areas where we might have some things. You can see the pier out there with the yellow, a lot of the red being placed down as a lot of the roads that we're gonna have, and then just random shapes or houses. And I thought that area on that hill where it's kind of circled with yellow could be the great shopping area. For some reason, I started writing things down in here because that would help people out, but there's a good overall view of everything going around here, and here's me chilling with all my buddies. And then coming back here, I decided to start tackling the first project that I'm going to be taking on over the course of working on this thing, and I wanted to get the beach down. And this took 2 full inventories of sand to fill in here because it's pretty massive. But we've got all the sand in here, and we'll be able to come back in and detail this area out a little bit later, build some umbrellas, some chairs, I don't know, random things around here that we can have going on. But I just want to start off by showing everybody else that it's not going to be a flat area. We want to have some more depth into this to make it more interesting, which is why I wanted to get in here and tackle this spot first. I've decided to turn shaders off here because unfortunately I was finding a slight buzzing sound when I was talking to other people, and then also inside of my own recordings. I turned shaders off and the buzzing stopped. Who knows what's going on with it? I'm going to do it with some more, but for now, no more shaders. Anyways, we're over here and I've got the beach finished up for getting the sand down here, and we've got the little bit of the bulwark boardwalk structure in back here, which means we've got to start building the road at this layer above the beach sign right there. But what I wanted to focus on next is we have the opportunity down here to set up some umbrellas and ways that we can block the vision for people who are running around up there. So I was thinking we could just do the classic old Minecraft stuff of not that right there, not classic Minecraft. It looks kind of cool though. But using some beds, we can actually create a really cool looking umbrella. So we could do something like this, and this is the build hack you see on every single website ever. Something like that, and I actually did it wrong. It's a full oak thing in the middle. So you get something like that, look like a little bit of an umbrella. Then we can bring the modded aspect of it in here and using some of our deck chairs, put those out here below it. And that looks pretty sweet. And then on top of that, we've got some blue carpet that can look like a little bit of like a towel down here. Maybe we've got like that with a little bit of a and this here is feeling much more like the beach atmosphere I was hoping for. I think eventually I might go harvest up a little bit of that beach grass and put in like a few spots like right along the edge of this stone wall back here. I used that in order to get a lot of these big old palm tree type things back over here. And then I built in the road, and this block right here, look how long it takes to break. It's so sad. But that's kind of the idea that I'm thinking for the road. I like this color combo, and I think it helps with the stone kind of being just this boardwalk bulwark type thing here in the front. That's a lot of words describing it, but I really like the color combo. We got the yellow, we got the blue, we got those things down there. It's one chair at every single one of them. And then I just tried alternating the patterns and everything like that. I think it's going to be really, really sweet as we kind of build this along the front here. The bridge obviously will go over there. I feel like a white shiny bridge would be really cool with all this gray stuff, doing the outside of it white and shiny, then the inside being gray. But unfortunately, that's all the time we got today to be able to work on this project. We got a few things to wrap up over at the base itself, so let's jump back there. And wow, we're bouncing. Number one thing here is Joel has left a chest for us for the auction, so we've won a lot of these. And I don't know how many diamonds I owe because the book does not say. I believe I bid 30 on each of these, so that would be 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. I'm gonna go check and see if that's correct. Jack owes 1 total diamond, Lizzie 10 diamonds, Jimmy 150, Scott 77, and me 150. I feel like I bid a little high on this. Thankfully, though, we've got a lot of diamonds to our name right now, so 150 really isn't that too bad. We still got a whole block of them ready to go. I'm not too sure when I want to put all of these different playing cards that we won, so if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. But this one over here is the Diamond Designs crew, and I know exactly where that's going. It's been a while since we put up some new artwork inside of here, so I figured it was time we could put up some new diamond designs and maybe something right over... Nah, let's go up above. Do we have room up above here? And perfect. That one's gonna look awesome right up here. Got the little plaque for the artist there as well, but I think that'll be great up there. You can see it from down below as well, so anybody who's coming in Diamond Design sees how cool our crew is. Look at us hanging out there. We're all so great. That's awesome. Next up, we've got to tackle Quig's house in here. And I don't really know how I'm gonna build this one. It's a very, very weird style. I think what I might have to do is put a floor right here. Just otherwise it's going to be really awkward. So we might do a little floor right there and then just have this roof be really, really high. But I think I'm just going to have to mess around with it. Maybe we can do a small loft area so we can do like a floor here and then a partial floor at this layer as well. That might work out, but let's see what happens. This here has to be definitely one of the weirdest houses I have done so far inside of this place. It looks great from the outside, and the inside I don't quite know yet. I think Quig will enjoy it though. So we've got a nice little entry floor in here, just a nice little furnace and something over in there, but it's so tight that I had to add a bunch of layers into it. So up here we've got the crafting table, we've got a little bit of stuff, a little table you can put something on and look outside. We'll give him a nice little succulent right there. Always more succulents. It makes the places so much better, of course. And then we have a small third layer that you can jump up to, which is just a bedroom, and we got an emerald up here. We got the lights installed throughout this whole place, and that is all good to go. And I realized there's something that I forgot to do that I really need to do over at the Mooshroom Island before we bring everybody else in on the project. And just got all of that finished up, so we have the original job board over here, and I made a second really budget version of the original job board where I added in the beach and boardwalk, which is claimed by me. So if anybody wants something here, they can move that sign over there and write their name on it like I did, right like that. And then over here, just because I know we're going to need a lot of terraforming, I took about 45 minutes or so and gathered up 5 double chests worth of dirt for ourselves. And I gotta say, looking at that place over there looks absolutely amazing, but I want to see it with shaders. The ripple of the waves, the waving of the palm trees, it's looking pretty awesome out here. The beds are a little interesting for the tops of these things. Honestly, what I kind of want to do is turn them around so we have like the white here and then we have the white on that corner. So instead of it being on all 4 corners, it'd be something like turning it around like that. Maybe not. Let's go back to the original way. For now, I'm gonna leave it here. If somebody else wants to edit it and do something there, that would be super cool, but we'll leave it like this for now. As mentioned earlier, I wanted to bring in a little bit of this beach grassy stuff, and I think just dotted around slightly around these areas could look super sweet. So just a few things like this. I only had the 10 right now, but I think something like that dotted along here could be absolutely awesome. So I'm gonna get some more of that stuff. Thankfully, in the desert area by our house where we kind of been mining all the sand, there are a few crocodiles we can kill, and more importantly, beach grass. It always feels good killing them. I know it's been few hundreds of hours since they killed me earlier in this season, but you know, it's worth it. It's always worth it. Back over here and a little bit more of this beach grassy goodness, and I got a question for you folks. What is a good name idea for this beach town that we have here that we're going for? We obviously need a name for it since it's going to be around for quite a while here, and I want to know what ideas y'all have in the comments below for what we can name this place. And that is looking a million times better here. I'm so happy for this. I want to wait for somebody else to kind of start the building process because I'm curious to see what they can all do. I don't want to control the full style here. Just kind of start it out on this one. So I think that's a job well done for the beach today. Look at that glorious mooshroom hanging out there on the soon-to-be beach town island that I have no idea what we're naming it here. But as you might be able to see on the bottom of the screen here, I've gotten a wee bit carried away, we might say. I was like, you know how we were done with building up the beach out here? It didn't happen. Welcome to the SSS fWhip. I don't know, it's a boat. We've got a boat now. I love this thing. I've just been messing around out here, trying to come up with a design for like a yacht or a boat of sorts, and this is what I've come up with so far. The colors on it, I'm not too set on right now. I think it's going to work out for today for now. I think it's kind of cool. You can see this very flat front to it. We've got an area where people are going to hang out up there. And then we've got some nice little windowy thingies back in here, and it's coming throughout. I will have to come up with an interior decoration idea for this one, but we've got an area where you can see down into the water. You know, totally can see all the water through these shaders. And it's looking super sweet, but inside it's just kind of this area. Had to light it up so that it's a bit more mob proof. Gonna come through here later and get an interior done on this one so we can have something cool to check out. What I wanted to add was a few boats around the island that if people wanted to swim out to and get away from the island and kind of hide on those, they would be able to do it. Because if we come all the way over here, you can see that the boat is really, really close to shore, and you can actually grab this boat right here, this Minecraft boat, and go out to the yacht boat. And I thought it would be very cool to be able to add some of those things out here and just kind of experiment with it a little bit further. I only have one stair left, but I've got a few slabs. What if we came through here and just really quickly did something like that? I think can smooth it out. The problem I'm running into here is, well, one, this is all marble up here. Then these are using the wallpaper craft blocks so we could get those smoother colors. And then the slabs I'm using is a slightly off-tinted white because it's concrete. And for some reason, oh my gosh, hello. It's like Jaws over here. Look at this drone. He's just like coming at me. He does have an auto shell though. Where was that auto shell? Did you drop it? No. No. But it's a seahorse. But don't eat the rotten flesh, seahorse. Please don't eat the rotten flesh. It has been quite terrifying out here doing all this stuff. I've been zapped by jellyfish. I've been attacked by sharks. And swimming out to this area out here is going to be more dangerous than not for anybody. So who knows if anybody's actually going to visit it. But of course, we've got plants. I couldn't help it. I needed something back there. It was too flat. Trapdoors will do. Trapdoors will do. Just great. Let's head back home, and I've got something really cool and satisfying that we haven't done for a long time I wanted to check out. Yes, I made concrete a while ago, and well, it's still flowing downwards. It's still, maybe one day the water pillar will reach all the way down to the ground, but today is not that day. However, down over here, inside the catacombs of sorts that we've got that amazing mob farm in here that I just haven't touched for a long time, and I feel like today we gotta do it. This excavator needs to get repaired. We've got all this stuff in here. I haven't seen it work in a really long time. I spent so long building at the beginning of the season, I really never use it, and I finally have an excuse to, because Unbreaking 14 never breaks. That's kind of why it's Unbreaking. But look at all these zombies. Look at them. Look at all of them go. Hello. Hello. I will murder you in just a moment. And they all just flow in here slowly but surely. I absolutely love this. I'm thinking like one swipe is going to fully repair this tool and get us a few levels. Just watch this right here. Wha-bam. Yeah, it's already done. I love modded Minecraft. Absolutely love it. One swipe got us 16 levels and repaired every tool that I have. This is like how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pot? How many swipes does it take fWhip to get to level 300? So far, we're at 2, 3, and 4. 4 swipes from 250 to get all the way to level 300 and more. And it just keeps going. Still going. Still going. Nice. That is modded Minecraft right there for you, folks. That's modded Minecraft in a nutshell. It looks like the water's also disappeared. That is absolutely awesome. But folks, that's all I got time for in today's episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. Click that like button down below if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're brand new. And I'll catch you on the fWhip side.